Hey guys, welcome back to World Mechanics. Our mission here at the garage, guys, is to save you as much money as we can. That's why we make these absolutely free videos. Let's go ahead and start on it now. Today we're going to show you guys how to fix a bumper, even if it's missing a whole chink out of it. Okay, that Mercedes right here, ML320, that's a very important vehicle to us. We use it to pull all the cars that we buy, sell, fix, the Fiesta. When we go racing, we pull it with it. And we might have another car as a project, which is very unique car. So stay tuned, we'll see if we can get it. And now stay with us to see how we are going to fix a bumper and make it like new with a big piece of it missing. So you don't have to spend money on a new bumper and you can do it at home. Anybody can do it. Quick update on the Fiesta. We should have the parts on Monday, guys. Monday, yeah, finally we can drive that thing. It's been sitting there for a long time. We've been so impatient to drive it, and we'll have the parts on Monday. Another thing that we'll have LED bar for that Mercedes. It's coming soon. We ordered it, so we'll have a video on that one soon. It's a really good company, so it's amazing company for LEDs. So stay with us now, and we're going to show you how to fix the bumper. And it's pretty expensive bumper, as you can see. It's cracked right here, and it's actually missing a whole piece, but it's still fixable. We'll show you how to do that and make it look like new, and save probably $400 or $500 because the procedure that we'll be using will cost you only about 20 bucks. And it's also cracked right here, as you can see, so we'll be fixing this crack as well. Okay, so for that plastic piece that's missing right here, what we're going to do, we have a bumper out of another vehicle, plastic bumper, and we're just going to cut a piece about the same dimensions as the other one, as the piece that we're missing. So we need to cut this one with a grinder. Alright guys, we have the piece here. As you can see, we cut it. We almost made it the same shape. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be a foundation to hold the epoxy that we're going to apply. As you can see, just like that. You can see there will be a little hole on the front, but that's fine, that's okay. Now we're going to use the rivet gun, and we need 4 rivets, guys. You can do it without the rivets. You can use just zip ties if you don't have any. Okay, and we need drill about the size of the rivets here, and we are going to drill a couple holes now, okay, on each side to hold it good. Okay, now right there. Okay, now we insert the rivet in the hole, and with the rivet gun we are going to get it tight. Okay, a couple times. And now we need 1 more hole on this side and 2 more on this one. Okay guys, we installed 5 rivets, actually, 1 holding it right here at the edge, and we made little holes with the same drill bit, okay, all the way around. That way when we use the epoxy, it will go in the holes and it will hold really good. It won't be able to peel off in the future, and it will be stronger than the original bumper actually. Now with the grinder we're just going to grind where we're going to apply epoxy now. Okay, as you can see, that's what it should look like. And now we need to get some sandpaper, 120, 100, and just sand around it. Okay, make sure that the paint is not shiny, as you can see, just like that, because if it's shiny it will not stick to it. Now we're going to use acetone and just apply on a rag, and you need to clean the area really good. Make sure there is no dust, there is nothing greasy, because it needs to be perfectly clean so the compound will stick to the plastic. And we have the same thing going on here. That little crack that we had, we just grinded it a little bit and we drilled holes, and now we clean it. If you need mesh like that, you can get it from the lumber store. It's the one they use for drywall. It's like $1 for the whole big roll. And we're going to cut a piece right here. You can actually use other stuff as well, like a gauze. Okay, and this will make it really strong because the epoxy will go in the little pores here, and it will stick really good and make it really strong. It's like what they use to make the boats, that epoxy stuff. Same deal, plastic. It will be stronger than the original bumper once we are done with it. Okay, and we're just going to apply on the whole plastic here like that. And now we're using that quick epoxy, quick setting. It sets pretty quick after about 10-15 minutes. It's pretty strong, but you need to leave it for 24 hours to cure really good. You can get the big bottles like that at Harbor Freight tools for only $6, because otherwise the little bottles they usually cost $5-6, and this is the same quality, really good. We've used it in the past many times. Okay, so you need to apply equal amount of both tubes, and we'll need quite a bit, so we will just use the whole tube now for that bumper. Okay, this is the second tube now, and you need to mix it and start working with it, because after you mix it you have about 3 to 5 minutes depending on the temperature and depending on the epoxy you're using. Some of them are this is a fast setting, they have a slow setting as well. You need to mix it good. It's going to change the color and it will start smelling funny as well once it's mixed good. Okay, now you need to start applying on the bumper, and you will need to, depending on how big the damage is, it might take more than one coat. Okay, in our case we'll see what we have after we're done with this one. It sends pretty good, so even if you have a thick spot later, we'll show you. We're going to sand it and make it smooth and nice. Okay, just apply everywhere. Okay guys, so that's what it should look like. You might leak a little bit here and there, but it's fine. We're going to sand it. You need to try to make it as smooth as possible, that way you will use less Bondo, and need to make sure it's thick and holding good. So now we're going to let it sit for about 24 hours to get really hard so we can sand it. Alright guys, what we're going to do now, get a sandpaper, 60 watts grade. We're going to do it with the machine, but you can do it by hand, and we need to sand it to be smooth, not to have high spots. Okay guys, and now you can see that's what it should look like, real nice and smooth. And now we're using Bondo glass like that. So you apply it, you know, just like Bondo, the same way. You need to apply it smooth. It will never be perfect because this is pretty rough, but it's a really good foundation. So we're going to do a coat of that. We're going to let it stay now for about an hour. It gets really hard and we can sand it, make it smooth, and we will apply the fine Bondo and shape the bumper the way it's supposed to be. Alright guys, so what we're going to use now, it's a 60 sandpaper. You can do it by hand as I told you, but we're just going to use the machine to make it quick. And we need to sand that surface now, that Bondo, the fiberglass, and make it smooth. Okay guys, and that's what it should look like. As you can see, it's getting smoother now. And what we need to do now, we need to clean it, and then we need to apply a fine Bondo on top of it, and we'll be ready for primer and paint. And as you can see, the hole is gone now. We shaped the bumper almost the way it's supposed to be, so stay with us to see how it's going to look now. After we're done sanding now, we need to get acetone again, and we need to clean the surface because we'll be applying the fine Bondo. So you want to make sure that you don't have any dust, because if you have dust, it's not going to work, it's not going to stick, and it will peel later. So make sure it's clean before you proceed. Okay, so we're using a lightweight fuel by 3M, as you can see, and if you need the part number, this is a gallon container, because we use it a lot at the shop, but you don't need as much. You can buy one cord, will be way too much no matter what kind of bumper repair you're doing, but usually a cord is about $8-10, something like that. We got a gallon for $29. Okay, and after that you need to get some hardener, the activator, apply some, but don't put too much, because if you do, it's going to get hard in no time and you won't have any time to mess with it. And now you need to mix it good until you have the same color. The whole bundle that you're working with needs to be one color, not darker or lighter blue. It could be red depending on the activator. Some are red, some are green, some are blue. We've seen all kind of stuff. Okay, and now you just need to start applying a thin layer. Make sure, you know, if you have a low spot, you need to apply a little bit more. It will not look perfect right now, but when we sand it, it's going to look great. Okay, this is really fine stuff. And after that, the only thing that we will have left after sanding, make sure it's perfectly smooth, and we will need to prime it, and after that the paint. So as you can see, that bumper, that's almost 500 bucks, even more. That's for aftermarket one. If you go to Mercedes, it will be way more than that. We'll be able to fix it with less than 20 bucks. Okay, and just the paint. But even if you buy a new bumper, you still need to buy paint, so we don't count this as an expense. It's been about an hour, and it's pretty hard. If you can scratch it with your nails and not have anything left on the nail, then it's good. Otherwise it's still soft. So now we are going to go ahead and sand it with 120 sandpaper. We'll use the machine. You can do it by hand. Okay guys, now you can get a wood bog with 120 or something close to it, and you can make it really smooth. You need to touch and see if you have a high spot or a low spot. Low spot you need to put, high spot you need to sand it. Okay, until you make it perfectly smooth. And now we have a few holes, as you can see when you clean it, like here, here, and here, and we have one low spot right there. So we're just going to cover those, very thin layer, and just sand it, and it will be ready. You can see how good it looks already. It's shaped perfectly. So as you can see, we covered the little holes. You just put a little bit and sand it, and now it's all smooth, as you can see. But you cannot distinguish it so much because you have all those different colors now: white, black, blue, depending on what you use. And what you need to do now, you need to wipe it with alcohol or acetone on top to make sure you don't have any dust. And we're going to prime it now. You can buy even a primer in a little can or a spray paint can, but we're using 1 gallon we have here because we use it a lot at the shop. But you can just use a little spray can they sell for like $2-3. So now we're ready to apply. We will need 2 or 3 coats of primer. You can use a spray can, but we have the little gun here, okay? And you need to be out of sunlight when you do that. Preferably needs to be closed, and use equipment. I mean, put a mask, paint mask. Okay, we're going to do first layer at first to cover everything, make sure we have a good foundation, and after that we will do the second layer, which will be thicker. And now we will apply a second coat. You need to have, if you're applying on the white, you don't have to on the rest of the bumper, but if you do, you need to wet sand it with 600 sandpaper. We will do that later. We'll just do the area that we worked here now. Okay guys, and that's what it looks like after 2 coats. We're going to let it dry now for about 4 or 5 hours at least, but we will recommend overnight, and we're going to wet sand it. Stay with us to see how we're going to do that. Hey guys, so it's been about 24 hours. It's pretty dry now, the primer, as you can see. And what we're going to use, it's a 220 sandpaper on a block. You can even use a wood block. And we're just going to go a little bit and sand it to make it smooth. If we have a high or low spot, it is going to correct it. And if you see bondo sticking out, you will need to prime that spot again. But we will try not to go so deep that the bondo will stick out. We'll show you what else we need to do. Okay, that will make it really smooth, and because no matter how good you are at the bondo, you will always have a little bit of a low or high spot. Okay, so we'll just sand a little bit like that. Okay guys, we're finishing now. As I said, you don't need to over sand it, just a little bit, and you can see how smooth it is when you get it wet. And now we are going to use a 5 or 600, whatever you have, sandpaper, 500-600, it needs to be fine, because it will be painting it now. So you need to buff the scratches out of the 220, and what you need to do the whole bumper like that, okay? Not just where you have primer, absolutely necessarily where you have primer, but the rest of the bumper, you need to sand it, okay, wet sand it until it's dull like that and you don't have a shiny spot. If you have a shiny spot like that, it's not good, because the paint will not stick to it, because it's too slick. So when you wet sand it, as you can see, it gets dull. Okay, you see we have a shiny spot here, we still need to sand this one right there. It needs to look like that, really dull, no shine at all. And go ahead and do the whole bumper like that. After that we'll just need to rinse it off, dry it, and it will be ready for paint. So we are ready to paint it. We got the paint, as you can see, original Mercedes paint, okay, right here. And we're going to do 2 coats of it, 2 coats of paint, and about at least 1 coat of clear coat. Okay, that's the paint that we use, automotive touch-up, really good stuff. It comes pre-mixed with everything. So we're going to spray it now. Okay, you need to paint the whole bumper. Okay guys, we just finished it, we clear coated it. As you can see, you cannot even tell where the damage was. It looks perfect. You can see that's the spot where we had the big hole, okay, and the crack right here. All that is gone, we don't have anything. It looks amazing. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully guys the video was helpful. Please do not forget to comment, like, subscribe. That way we can keep making these absolutely free videos. Guys, we have more than 19,000 free repair videos on our YouTube channels that can, guys, save you thousands of dollars in future repairs. Check them out. Thank you guys for watching and see you next time.